What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. Taking a look at that Thunder Dragon deck. I showed like 4 different combos yesterday, and I'm going to show you some gameplay today. I don't exactly go through the combo I showed you, but really the whole thing with this deck is this is simply the deck that can and could and will and do. It doesn't do anything in particular great, but it can dissect the heck out of your opponent's boards, and you'll see a lot of that here. Gamma obviously is it's a good card in this deck because of cards like Chaos. What is it called? Chaos Space or something? Yeah, Chaos Space. Because you can discard it and look into one of your darks. So it has a little bit of synergy, and obviously Gamma is just also good. So what I'm doing here, slowly but surely, I'm trying to destroy all of his spells and traps. So you have cards like Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Phoenix to do that kind of stuff. And then, I can use the effect of Thunder Dragon Matrix to destroy the other one. And luckily for me, it was a punishment. So obviously, if I had not waited around, that would have been used again against me. I'm going to use, Thunder Dragon Dark during his turn to thin out my deck. But on top of that, be able to use the card like Thunder Dragon Titan, during his turn, which is all fine and dandy. This duel is actually very vindicating for me. I think that's the right word to use, because I can never seem to beat this Weather Painter stuff. But here we go. I'm continuing through my plays here, and let's see where I take it. And I actually did not think this through at all, because I was trying to summon back the Matrix with the Cross Sheep when I went into Titan, but obviously I did not have that. So I'm essentially, this is it. This is pretty much the end of the duel. What could he possibly draw off the top? Oh my gosh, a Pot of Extravagance. Let's see what he gets off of it. I believe he ends up even getting a play starter with it too. Yeah, he does. He gets the Weather Painter Snow on top of the Ash Blossom to protect his snow, which is absolutely insane. So I only run 2 Thunder Dragon Fusion in my deck, so this going back is a really big problem because I've used both of these now. But that's not so much of an issue, for me, considering that my extra deck is so diverse in terms of Link monsters and the duel. The Thunder Dragon Titan is just, one of those ways to, get through. Thunder Dragon Duo can be used, to end the game as well. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually just going to clear his entire board, including even the access code talker, because I'd rather not read all these cards. There's too much text, and reading is very difficult. And I can go in and attack for a game. So no insane combos there, but at the same time, some pretty cool stuff being able to push through. This guy is just about every single card you could ever imagine. This is pretty much the best way to start any of your plays, is using Chaos Space to discard, Dragon Dark to search the Wyvern Buster, just because, you'll be able to banish it immediately and get the effect off. And, Thunder Dragons do have quite a bit of an issue, with advantage, so this obviously helps very much. So that was the end board I was trying to go into, the IP Masquerena, with the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. That way I can go into a Unicorn during his turn, on top of having, multiple disruptions with the Titan. Didn't work out that way. He had the Nibiru, the Kaiju, everything that you can possibly need, I guess, in a turn. Even has the Super Poly here. It's quite okay, though. Again, I've kind of gone through all my advantage, and it's back up there again. Chaos Levineer is very good, not just for, shuffling a card back into your opponent's hand, but many other things as well. So I can go into the Predaplan Vern Anaconda, of course, and luckily I do have enough life points necessary to go into the Thunder Dragon Fusion. And I can start using the effect, to pop some cards, although I'm not sure why it's not working here. Sometimes I guess the game just really hates me. But nonetheless, I have 2 disruptions here with the Matrix and the Dark. He may end up trying to go into it, and I'll use, the effect of Matrix to destroy it. He'll try to summon it back again, but of course I have that second disruption here with the Dark. Now we use it, and he will surrender after that. We'll keep going through here. Looks like I'm playing, Knights or something. I'm not really sure what's going on. It's I see King's Knight, Jack's Knight, all that good stuff. Resonators, I see Slifer in there, so there's a whole lot of, interesting things going on. Obviously, the new Knight support was tailored towards Slifer the Sky Dragon, and I don't know why they separated all the supports so much for all the different Egyptian gods, but this is a very good play starter, of course. The only thing I'm really missing is being able to go into the Chaos Monster, but that's quite okay. going to try to dissect his board. It ends up, backfiring on me quite a bit. But that's alright. I'm going to be able to special summon one of these back to my field. And he ends up, surrendering just from there. I can go to Access Code Talker or whatever the case may be. I haven't even used Thunder Dragon Fusion just quite yet, which is all fine and dandy. Looks like I am going first here. And I can, discard the Dark. Really, like, one of the big reasons I wanted to show you this duel is I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the combo tutorial necessarily, but there's two effects, right, for Dark being on discard to search another copy of itself, and there's also the important effect, which is banishing to search your entire archetype. Now, you can't use both of those in the same turn, so that's really important to note. And I don't even think I did anything too crazy here, but that's why I wanted to show it to you. But a couple of disruptions, certainly not bad at all. He may end up trying to even go into it. The Hagoita, that's obviously Speederoid stuff. I will go ahead and destroy one of those. He'll probably special summon, my monster, go to the end phase, and then you're just able to push for game so fast. Aloof Lupine can banish, get both of those effects off. This is obviously pretty much the best card in the deck, or play starters in the deck, I should say. And I can shuffle this back, go into the Access Code Talker, have more damage than you could ever need in a lifetime. Being able to destroy a card quick effect, honestly, is super underrated. I know negates, obviously, are kind of the popular way to get through a lot of boards, but if you can have even just one disruption, like a Nightmare Unicorn to go with the Thunder Dragon Titan, that'll just win you a lot of games, to be honest with you. And I go ahead and pass turn here. I don't have any play starters, but I do have the Gamma, so I'm feeling quite alright. He goes for the Secrets of Dark Magic to go into the Fusion Monster. Not too much of an issue for myself. He has Waking the Dragon. I'm pretty sure I fall for the bait, because who plays that anyways? Chaos Space is certainly going to help get my play starters going here. I may have banished a Light and a Dark so I can destroy some of his back row, which I do. And I know I have a Nightmare Phoenix, so I'm not really too worried, right? I can go into these kind of plays later in my turn. I have the Chaos Creator in my hand, so I'll be able to banish the Dark in just a little bit. Ultimate Falcon, obviously, not the easiest thing in the world to get over, I suppose, but really not too much of an issue at all, because I'll be able to, go into Access Code Talker, attack over it. I think I can special summon one of these back to the field, and I'm pretty sure I leave him like 100 life points, short. It's just Yu-Gi-Oh! And math, am I right? But I know he's like basically going to try to go into, Dark Magical Circle, so of course I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that does not happen. And at this point, I'm not like exactly worried about anything that he's going to do. He draws into the Bureau a little too late, in my opinion. He goes into the Anima to take up the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. He tries to attack into my Access Code Talker because it's a dark monster, but of course, number 38 has that secondary effect. Attacking into it, and there you go. Here is Megaliths, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think doesn't this one bounce 2 to the hand or something like that? That's pretty interesting. So it's not kind of the traditional Megalith build. And I'm not sure he even has the one that, when it's special summon, it destroys multiple cards. But I know he's going to want to try to go into this monster at some point. I don't know what he has, but I'm going to, bait it out. Gold Sarcophagus obviously is, very good card in the deck, something you definitely want to use. And I can banish it, with the White Dragon Wyvern Buster and get the effect of special summon from the deck. And from here, you start, going one by one, getting rid of all of his cards, force out that negate because that is a monster negate at that point. Just using this for advantage. I'm not even sure if I have an appropriate target for Cross Sheep. It looks like I do. Bring back the Battery Solar Man. And now I have a disruption during his turn on top of the monster negates. And considering that Megaliths are the whole idea, I suppose, is that you're not using, monster effects or spell ritual cards, I figure that's a pretty safe play, going into the next turn here. And if, Colossus was unbanned, this would be very good. And maybe it will be someday, I'm not sure. But it's good to kind of have this foundation, I suppose, in case it does, and maybe you want to grab some Colossuses now, as I would imagine they grow in price quite a bit. Alright, during his end turn, I go one card deeper into the deck, go into the Melody of Awakening Dragon. Oh, this is such a funny duel, right? This is kind of the point I'm trying to make with all of this, and that this deck just somehow finds a way to continue going through all of these plays, and this actually kind of supports my theory here that, you know, the Chaos little engine is pretty good for extenders. Nibiru comes down. He still has the Torrential Tribute. We'll see when he chooses to use it, but I have the Thunder Dragon Fusion now in my possession. And I can go into the Chaos Emperor. So there we go. I mean, it ended up helping me out there. I can draw a card. Have not even gone into Thunder Dragon Fusion yet. So through Nibiru, through the Torrential Tribute, my play has not ended, which I think is pretty unique for the deck. And yeah, that's I would say a decent look into it. Again, you could look at my combo tutorial yesterday if you want like a more in-depth and, you know, more complicated combos, but your opponent's usually going to have some form of disruption during it. So I just wanted to show you, you know, how good this deck was going second, sometimes going first, and has a lot of unique interactions that I don't think, you know, the game typically deals with. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.